I've personally found myself that queen and rook work beautifully together, especially when they attack. They're two major pieces, and if they're close enough to the opponent's weakness, we could use them in brilliant ways. The question is, how can we use them so that the opponent neither gets to exchange or just forces to make them go back? Obviously, in a position like this which we have on the board, we have to be quick. The question is, how exactly we should use their power and be quick with our tactics. The move certainly is h4. h4 does the big job to eliminate what actually is protecting near the black position, and that's the 3 pawns. So we take away one of them, which is g5, and as soon as that pawn is really forced to go away, then we can make more tactics or threats, like queen e7 with the threat of queen takes h4 and the checkmate. We realize that the king can't come out to defending it because of rook takes h7 and a couple of checks and checkmates that come near it. And also we realize another thing, that after h4 and g takes h plus queen e7, black has a hard time in pushing the other pawn. We, after all, know that the g-pawn was one of the big defenders near the black king's defense. And when that pawn had to advance, it really doesn't seem too great. g5 is met by queen e6 check, king to h5, and now we have another big issue to resolve. You do realize that in this position there is a problem. And this is that black's king is very close, so we don't have this easy way of just attacking against it. What is really the issue once more? I feel like the real issue about that king is nothing but the pawns. There are 2 pawns that are simply fantastic in their way. So if we are supposed to find a way and the possibility to take them out, we're going to have some beautiful resources. The question is, how can white do it? And now we realize there's just one move. Pause the video and think about that. What can white do right now? There's, of course, g4. g4 is great because, with the move of g4, we deal with the pawn immediately. Black is checkmated otherwise, so he's got to take en passant. And then in case of the en passant, queen h3 and king g6, we have another check, so literally all these moves turn out forcing, while actually white gets his pieces together. And altogether with the move like rook d7 and a threat against d6, black just loses everything. Rook f8, rook takes d6 check, then the king has to go back, and then there's queen e5, the king goes away, there's queen f6, and there's a checkmate from d8. In reality, there's really nothing else that black can do, because even a retreat down to h5 will be met by the checkmate. So ultimately, there is no way on how he can just blockade or do whatever. It's magnificent. So the whole thing is about finding really the piece or the resources to complicate the opponent's position. Now we just have that idea. How do I make sure that the h-pawn gets out of the way? Beautiful solution.